Ever wondered why we buy things that we don't even need? Even though people know that this one habit of spending on things that they don't even need keeps them poor, still it doesn't change anything. What if I tell you there are psychological traps all around you that makes you do that? In this video, we will uncover the mystery why we spend on things that we don't even need. We'll discuss these psychological traps in detail, that how they make you spend your money, and third we'll talk about practical steps on how can you cope with it. Hi, my name is Priya and I simplify complex topics such as personal finance, business ideas and digital tech. So if you're interested, then consider subscribing. First we'll speak the language of luxury. Buying a luxury item, for example a Gucci bag or a Rolex watch, is not just about buying a bag or a watch. It rather means that you're signaling wealth, success and status. Even the luxury markets know that majority of people who buy this stuff are the ones who can't really afford it, because those who have the money don't really need to show it. It's a way of communicating social status. It stands for a deeper need for recognition and esteem. And for this, luxury markets can go any extent to make you want it, even if it means hiring someone for $1 million that people aspire to be. Next is the Diderot effect. Imagine buying a new couch and suddenly feeling that you need to upgrade the rest of the living room. This is called the Diderot effect, which is the domino effect of spending, where one purchase leads to a series of purchases just to maintain the perceived value of consistency and style. This is the reason why when you buy those cool pants, you end up buying the belt, the top, and the shoes as well. Brands are very well aware of it and they take advantage of this by giving you recommendations. Next is the FOMO, the anxiety of missing out. This is by far the most powerful motivator in the consumer behavior. There is a fear associated with purchase that somebody else is buying it and it's limited edition. All of a sudden, you want to buy it as well, even though you don't need it. This fear drives these spending habits just so that you can avoid the feeling of regret. This sale trap is a part of it, where you think that you're getting the feeling of outsmarting the system by buying something during the sale season, but it's actually the psychological trap that is playing with your fear of missing out. Next is the retail therapy. Retail therapy is a psychological phenomena where shopping acts as a temporary salve for negative emotions. The thrill of a new purchase releases dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical, creating a fleeting sense of happiness. It's like giving yourself a reward for going through something negative in your life. Next is the social influence. This is the reason how Taylor Swift made $1 billion recently. We often buy things just because others do. It's a subconscious effort to fit in and feel connected. This herd mentality can be so strong that sometimes it leads us to buy things that we don't even need. Because we are not just buying things for the sake of it. We want to be part of a movement, a trend, or even a community. Next is the instant gratification, the now culture. Impulse purchases are related to the feeling of instant gratification, which releases a dopamine in your body and you feel so happy because you've bought something with minimal efforts. And this impulsive behavior always wins in front of your rational thinking. Next is emotional advertising. This is a masterful manipulation of our feelings. These ads create narratives that resonate on a deep emotional level, making the product seem like a key part of a desirable experiences or a solution to our problems. The next is the endowment effect, which is basically the value of ownership. This psychological concept explains why we value some things more when we own them. It's the reason why we struggle to part from them even when we don't use them enough. Reminds me of Marie Kondo, just because you value them more because you own them. Now that you've understood why you spend your money and what are these psychological traps, let's talk about how can you cope with it. This is one habit that a lot of people struggle with and it's more serious. Tip number 1, the 48-hour rule. So if you're buying something non-essential that you know you don't need, put it in the cart, leave it for 48 hours. If you still feel the urge to buy it after 48 hours, then this is a sign that you actually need it, or maybe it will help you in making your decisions faster. The next is budget for fun. Don't just do budget. It's very important to keep some budget for your happiness. For example, rewarding yourself so that you don't feel guilty about buying something. There's nothing wrong in buying clothes or spending on something that you feel happy about, right? The next is shop with a list. I love this hack. Whenever I do online shopping, especially when it comes to clothes, I know that I'm most likely going to buy stuff that I don't need. So I create a list now just so that I know that I stick to the list and I only buy things that I can afford or only those things that I need. Next is track your spending. Now, awareness is the first step to change. Next is understand your emotions. If you observe a pattern of why you spend your money on things and when you spend it, and figure out what triggered you to buy that purchase, might reflect on something deeper down at emotional level. Figure out, is it because you're feeling that emptiness, that void? Is it because you're feeling lonely? Is it because you're feeling sad? Because oftentimes this is a temporary solution and it's not solving the bigger problem, the root cause of why you're spending your money. Next is consider the cost per use, and I love this one, especially in this world of fast fashion. For bigger purchases, consider how often you'll use it versus the cost. So, for example, if you want to buy another iPad, even though you have two laptops, consider the cost per use. Next is avoid impulse buying triggers. Be observant in what triggers you to do these impulse purchases. Is it because you saw somebody else wearing it? Is it because your friend recommended this to you? Next, which is my favorite, is to practice gratitude. Remind yourself of things that you already have and be grateful of it, because sometimes we just oversee things that we already have. If this video helped you, then let me know in the comment section. If you didn't like this video, then let me know how can I improve myself. There are things that I've learned the hard way and I want to share it with you so that you don't do mistakes that I did in my life. And this is why I started this channel. If you like this video, then like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.